Well, that's good. I mean, that's the thing. Like when you get new management, especially when you have a, a, a a team, a system, and things that are in there, and things start. Because you guys came from a winning record. I remember the Redskins when I was a kid. You guys were always in
Mhm.
the playoffs. Riggins was
Oh, yeah.
one of my dad loved that band. He loved watching your guys' games when they
Yeah.
were on.
The
So I grew
Diesel.
up with that. Yep, and like that was the thing. Like when you have a team that goes through such an overhaul like that, and the one thing that we kind of touched on this a little bit with on the show was like there's a you guys your group is bringing a lot of collateral that they can put into this, and like what you
Right.
said, he's gone through this with another sports team, so he knows to hire the best people to do what he needs them to do, and you do
Right.
the rebuild. And that's the same thing of why, because I actually was in favor of Harris, because Harris had a bid in for us too.
Mhm.
I liked his bid. It's
Right.
just the Waltons had so much money to be able to put into it and put into the stadium. And that's where I also think a lot of people are not understanding when things are being done with their teams is you have to look at where the money comes from,
Right. Right.
because, and I hate to say it this way, but it's true with everything. The more money you have to spend and the more of a corporate structure you have with your team, the more likely you are to spend money on things you don't necessarily need, but are a luxury, like new stadium, new lockers, making sure that, like, if you need to rebuild to do improvements to your stadium, you can do them yourself. You don't have to go to the city for them. So
Mm.
some of the other teams, like the Chiefs, right now, that stadium needs to be overhauled, but they're not spending a lot of money.
Mm.
Bears are a family owned team. They're not spending a lot of money. And so you can kind of see some of that. So that's why I was glad that Harris got your guys' bid,
Mm.
because he's got the money to do it. Um, Nick and I have kind of talked about this, and he's also, I think it was Nick, talked to me. No, it was a coworker who talked to me about this. There's a guy here in Chicago, Citadel is the company, and I think that when Virginia I want to say McCaffrey when it's McCaskey, when she dies, I think the McCaskies are going to probably sell the team to him or somebody else, because the the rest of the family doesn't want to do with it. And that's what it is, stay in business. You've got to be willing to pay the money. You've got to be willing to put some of your own money in the deals. You've got to be willing to guarantee money and all this stuff. And if you're not, you're going to sit there at the bottom. So thank God you got rid of Snyder.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Sorry.
That was good.
That part of the whole thing is what really I love, that part of it. Like looking at where this stuff comes from, and
Right.
you can see patterns.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.